Good morning to all. We are discussing the examples on Turing machine. How to design the Turing machine. So some examples already we have discussed. In the today's session also we are going to draw the Turing machine. The problem statement is given and it is asked to design a Turing machine for that particular problem. So let us see some more examples on the design of the Turing machines. But before going to the actual example, we have to see the one type of Turing machine, and it is called as the two-way infinite tape Turing machine. Two-way infinite tape Turing machine. So what exactly? So it is a one type of Turing machine. So what exactly is actually in the two-way infinite tape Turing machine? So let us see here. Turing machine is widely accepted as a model of computation because of its versatility in the power of computation. Turing machine can perform string operations, arithmetic computations, recognizing languages, either regular or non-regular. So along with the recognizing languages, along with the language recognition, the Turing machine, it can perform the string operations, means string concatenation, then you can find the length of the string, right? So different string operations are performed, they are with the help of your Turing machine. Arithmetic computations means addition of numbers, subtraction of number, division of numbers. So these operations, multiplication of numbers are also possible with the help of your Turing machine. Recognize language, you can either recognize the regular language as well as the non-regular languages. Recognition is also possible with the help of our Turing machine. So that's why we say that always the Turing machine is the most powerful Turing machine amongst the all other automata. Turing machine becomes more powerful by allowing the two-way infinite tape. So two-way infinite tape means what exactly? So if you assume this is the input, this is the input string 0 1 1 0 1 1. This is the input string, and so on both end of the Turing. So in the previous example, we have seen that at the end of the string, this is nothing but the end of the string, and this input tape having each cell. So each character is placed in the each cell. Suppose 0 is placed here, 1 is placed in the one next cell, this one is placed in the next cell, 0 1 1, and at the end of the string you will find the capital delta, means it is nothing but the end of the string. So Turing machine, when recognizes this particular capital delta, it finds that yes, there is no further input character is there, the string is end here, and automatically the machine TM halts there with the help of this particular character, right? So the two-way tape means what? In the two-way tape, the one more character is introduced in the left-hand side also, means one more delta, means one more end of the string. So this is also you can call it as the end of the string, which is introduced on the LHS also, means left-hand side of that particular input string. So input string you can observe in between this particular capital delta on the LHS and the capital delta on the RHS. So this gives more power, more powerful. Means how you can say that this is the added advantage in case of Turing machine, or how it increases the power of the Turing machine, because suppose this is a very small string, suppose 0 1 1 0 1, it is a very small string, but if you observe string like this 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1. So if this is the string is there, and if the Turing machine is in between somewhere here, right in the middle part or in some earlier portion of that particular input string. So if we apply particular logic, then Turing machine has to go to the end of that particular to the end in search of to the end of that particular input string, right? The head has to be moved and moved to the end part to in search of that particular capital delta, right? But if the capital delta is placed in the left hand side, so definitely if it is, so if the head, if this particular moving head is nearer to the left hand side, immediately it reaches to that particular symbol, that is capital delta, and it will find that some conclusion, means it is the starting point of the input string, and here it is nothing but the ending point of the ending point of that particular input string, so that the time of the Turing machine will definitely, execution time of the Turing machine will going to be reduced here. And another advantage is that we can say the processing becomes more faster. That's why we can say that this particular two-way infinite tape is the more powerful, or it has more added advantage, or more one can say capacity as compared to your simple Turing machine, right? So the tape head, as usual, can move in the forward and the backward direction. So Turing machine with infinite tape can also be denoted by this tuple, that is m equal to q, sigma, that is nothing but the input alphabet, tau, that is nothing but your tape symbol, the delta transition Q0 start state B or F, means either you can put here B or either you can put here capital delta. B is also stand for your end of the list, or it is nothing but your blank character. It indicates your blank character at the end of the string as well as at the start of the string, input string, and F is nothing but the final, right? So let us see some examples. The examples which we have seen already with the simple Turing machine. Now we will see how fast they can be solved with the help of our two-way infinite tape Turing machine. So let us see one example here. So construct a Turing machine for a language having equal number of A's and equal number of B's. This example already we have solved with the help of the simple Turing machine with a single, one can say with a single capital delta at the end. So let us see with the two-way Turing machine. Here we will take advantage of two-way infinite input tape, as now the string can be placed. Now let us take one string BAAB. So we have to find out the Turing, or we have to construct a Turing machine for the language having equal number of A's and equal number of B's. Number of A and number of B's are equal, but their locations are not fixed here. So you can have BAAB, or you can have AB BA, or you can have AB. Any combination it is possible, because no fixed sequence of A and B it is mentioned there. Getting this point? So let us take this string here, simple string BABA, and to the start of the string we put here one delta character, and at the end of the string also we put here one more delta character. That is nothing but your, we assume this is nothing but your two-way infinite tape. So let us we will have a simple logic. So the logic already we have seen for this. If we get a small a, we will replace this small a by capital A and move to the right in search of small b. So if we find this small a, we have to replace it by capital A, and we have to move in the right hand side direction. Remember this point. When when small a occurs there in the list, then small a is to be converted into capital A, and when we write capital A here, we have to move in the right hand side direction always. We have to move in this direction, right? And the second logic, or the second rule which we have to follow, is that if we get small b, we will replace it by capital B, and we have to move in the left hand side direction. Suppose if we get B here, so replace that B instead in the with capital B and move in the left hand side direction. This logic, fixed logic, we have to apply there, right? So we will move to the leftmost end, that is the capital delta. Again, repeat the same process of making A by capital A and B by capital B here, right? So we may have string starting with A or B. So we don't know by which letter the string may start. So this string is starting with BAAB. So you may have the string like this ABAB that starts with A. Any combination means either the string will start with B or either the string will start with letter A. That we don't know. So from the initial state only, we will have two separate paths. Means either you can have go on A. Means if we draw the diagram Q0, it will go to Q1. It will go to Q2. For example, on A input, output is A. And on B input, output is capital B, and move to the, if it is a B is there, so you have to move to the left direction, and if it is a A is there, you have to move to the right direction. So two transitions are fixed, A converted into capital A, move in the right hand side direction, and if it is a small b, converted into capital B, move in the left hand side direction. These are the two fixed transitions already we have written here, right? So we have to check both ends to check whether the string is completely scanned or not. So we have to check for both ends, this sign also and the sign on the RHS also and the LHS also. We have to check for this particular thing and this particular, so that we can conclude that yes, now the both ends are okay. So we can say that the string is completely scanned, right? So let us see actual execution or actual simulation of this. See here, first convert. So first pointer, the tape head is pointing to small b. That's why it is marked as a red. B, delta, start with the capital delta, convert this to capital B, move to the right direction in search of A. Move to the right direction because on the left hand side, no string is there. So we have to move in the right hand direction in search of small a, in search of small a. So see here, now the B is converted to capital B. Now A, pointer pointing to the small a, convert this to capital A and move in the left direction and move in the left hand side direction. So capital B. So now the pointer pointing to capital B, that's why it is marked as a red color. Now this A is converted into capital A, AB as it is, skip this B and move in the left hand side direction. So we have to skip this B because no operation is being done. it is a capital B, move further in the left direction, So now the pointer, if the head is pointing to the capital delta, AB, the string it is, and keep it as it is, and move in the right hand side direction. So start move in the right hand side direction. So let us see. So now B is on the head pointer, so move in the right hand side direction, no operation. Now A is on the pointer of that particular head, so move on the right hand side direction, no operation is to be carried out here. Now now the pointer points to this particular small a. Now if the small a is encountered, then we have to convert it into capital A, and we have to move in the right hand side direction in search of small b, right? So let us see here. So capital B, capital A, this A is now converted into capital A, and the head pointing to this small b here, convert this B to capital B and move in the left hand side direction, because as we recognize this B, we have to move in the left hand side direction. So now head is pointing to capital A, this B, small b is converted into capital B, and now the pointer is pointing to capital A, so move in the left hand side direction, So after moving the left hand side direction, we will get here A. So pointer pointing to A, so still we have to move in the left hand side direction. So see here, now the head pointer pointing to capital B, no operation is to be performed here, move in the left hand side direction, pointer pointing to this capital delta. So if this capital delta comes on the left hand side, move to the right by ignoring all A's and B's, means we have to suppose this we have reached on the left hand side, means we reach to the extreme end on the left hand side. Now if this, so the logic says that, or we can say, we write a line here, if this delta comes on the left hand side, then move to the right hand side by ignoring all A, capital A and capital B. We do not have any operation on the capital A as well as capital B. So start moving to the right hand side. So pointer pointing to capital B, no operation, just move in the right. The next capital A, move to the right. The next capital A, move to the right. Capital B, move to the right hand side. And finally, the head is pointing to capital delta. So now that is nothing but the end of the string has been reached. So we go to the halt state. Right? So see here, all the letters are converted into capital letters, means for each small a there is a small b. So we can conclude that there is equal number of A and equal number of B in that particular string, right? So we can draw the transition diagram for the Turing machine like this. So observe this. So Q0 on A, Q0 input A, output you have to print as a capital A and go in the right hand side direction. At the state Q0, if the input means start with the small b, you have to print capital B and move in the right hand side direction, right? Now at Q1, suppose input is B, print capital B, go in the left hand side direction. At Q3, suppose input is A, print capital A and move in the left hand side direction, right? So at Q3, you have the B input, output also B, move in the left hand side direction. Input small a, output is also small a, move in the left hand side direction, means it is a no change. Input A, output A, move in the left direction, means no change, means it is the middle stages where we are not going to change anything. Capital B is there as input, capital B is output, and move to the left hand side direction in that case, right? So all the remaining transitions we have marked here, and finally Q0 from delta S, input is delta, output is delta, and S is the state. That means stay there means it is nothing but the halt state. Stay there means it is remaining at the end of the string. That is nothing but the halt state of that particular input string, or the Turing machine, sorry, right? Okay, so now let us go for the next example. Construct a Turing machine for obtaining 2's complement of a given binary number. Now this is very well known to all of you, how to find out the 2's complement of the binary number. So let us see here, and we have to construct a Turing machine to calculate the 2's complement of the binary number. It is very important. So see here, we read now logic, focus on the logic. What exactly is the logic is given here. So you just try to understand it. You focus it on your screen. What logic is being applied, how to convert the binary number into its 2's complement, or its 2's complement, right? So the logic is that we read the binary string from LSB to MSB, right? We have to read it from LSB to MSB, that is least significant bit to the most significant bit, means from right hand side to the left hand side direction, right? From LSB, we keep all the terms as it is and move left till we get 1, till we get the 1. See the logic. Start reading the number from LSB to MSB, and we have to keep all the terms as it is and move left till we do not get 1. Means until and unless we get the 1, we have to keep all the terms as it is. We have to keep all the terms as it is. After reading first one, after reading the first one from LSB, we move left. We have to again move to the left. Thereafter, we convert 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. Remember this point. Remember this point and go on moving toward the left direction. Means what strategy is applied here? What logic is applied here? Go on moving. We have to go from right hand side to the left hand side. So no change in the string. Suppose 0, 0, 0 are there and 1 is found here. So first 1 is found here. So up to 1, we are not going to change this 0 into 1. Right? Now, as soon as we encounter the first one on the LSB, this is your LSB least significant bit and the most significant bit. So this 1 is to be found first. So after this 1, so if there is a 0, convert this 0 to 1. And if there is 1, convert this 1 to 0. This 1 remains as it is. Getting this point? So this is actually the logic is applied here. So the process continues up to leftmost delta. So here somewhere delta is there, that is nothing but the end of the string on the left hand side direction. So till we reach this delta, we have to continue this operation. So let us see. For example, binary number is given 0, 1, 1, 0. Its 2's complement. How to calculate the 2's complement or 2's complement of 0, 1, 1, 0? Let us see here. So first, we have to calculate the 1's complement, and after calculating the 1's complement, we are adding 1, right? So adding 1, so we will get here, that is nothing but your 1, 0, 1, 0. Now this is nothing but the 2's complement of the string 0, 1, 0, 1. Right? So this is a very simple logic. So first we are calculating its 1's complement and we are adding 1. So after adding 1, 0, 0, 1 plus 1, that is nothing but 1 plus 1, 0. This 1 carries as it is and this was 1, 0 as it is. So this is nothing but the answer for the 2's complement of 0, 1, 1, 0. So let us see with this particular logic, we are building the Turing machine. So let us see here. Be focused, concentrate on your slide. So take the first, string in the input tape 0, 1, 1, 0. Both sides we marked as a capital delta. Move the rightmost end up to capital delta. As per our logic, we have to move to the rightmost end up to till we reach the capital delta. Now the pointer is now at here. So move to the left. So start moving left from the LSB. Now this is our LSB side, and we can say this is our MSB side. So logic say that we have to move toward the left hand side direction. So now the first 0 is now encountered. This is 0. Keep it as it is. Move to the left. Keep it as it is and move to the left. So now 1 is now encountered. So the first one from the LSB has found or has encountered. So what we have to do here? So keep it as it is. So 1 will be kept as it is, and we have to move left. We have to move left, right? So we keep it as it is and we will move left. So now next one we encountered here. Now we have to complement it to 0 and move to the left, right? So the logic tells that, so when you receive or when you get the first one on the LSB, do not convert it into 0. You just keep it as it is, and whatever may be the remaining characters are there on the on this particular left hand side of that particular one, that ought to be converted into 0 into 1 and 1 into 0. So this one is to be converted into 0. So let us see here, we convert it into 0, and now the pointer is pointing to this particular first 0. Now this 0 also we have to convert it into 1 and move in the left hand side direction. Now this 0 we have encountered, we have to convert it into 1. So let us see, convert it into 1. So we'll get here 1, 0, 1, 0. Since, and the pointer is pointing to this capital delta. Since this delta is reached here, we have to halt here. Means the Turing machine is now entered into the halt states. Means successfully we have converted. Now see here, input string is 0, 1, 1, 0, and the 2's complement, this is nothing but the output is 1, 0, 1, 0. Getting this point? So it is very interesting. With the help of your Turing machine, you can very easily solve such type of examples. Means, so let us see once again. take the string. So we have to apply our, if our logic is fixed, if our logic is correct, then Turing machine will definitely give the correct answer. But logic must be the correct one. Move to the left. It is 0, keep it as it is and move to the left. First one on the LSB has encountered, so keep it as it is and move to the left. So now this first one is encountered, so complement it to 0 and start moving to the left. So 0 0 1 0. Now 0 is the on the input head, so definitely convert to 1 and move to the left. So finally we will get here 1 0 1 0, and the head is pointing to the capital delta. So we have to reach to the halt state, right? Very interesting. So Turing machine. So draw the transition diagram for the Turing machine. So we can draw like this: Q0 on Q1, Q2, and so Q0 on the capital delta, small capital delta as input, and output is capital delta. Move to the left hand side direction. You will get 0 here. Input is 0, output is 0. Move to the right hand side direction. Input is 1, output is 1. Move to the right hand side direction. Right. So only Q2. We are changing at only Q2. Input is 0. We have to go for output is equal to 1. Move to the left hand side direction. And input is 1, output is 0. Move in the left hand side direction. But for all other transitions, the transitions are 0 0 L or 1 1 L. All are the transitions are there. Or we can have the capital delta, and S is nothing but the stay there. S is nothing but your stay there, means you have to stay here, and it is nothing but the halt state, right? Okay. Now let us go for the next example. We are using, so can you observe here? So we are using the two-way infinite tape, right? So with the help of two-way infinite tape, that gives more flexibility to solve a particular problem, right? So we have to check the well-formedness of the parenthesis. So well-formedness of the parenthesis we have to check. Parenthesis means well-formedness means what? For every opening bracket there must be closing bracket. So whether it is a round bracket is there, so there must be if it is a opening round bracket, there must be a closing round bracket. If it is opening curly bracket, there must be closing curly bracket. If it is a opening square bracket, there must be closing square bracket. So that is called as a well-formedness of parenthesis. So it should not like that if this is the only case and there is no any closing bracket, so we can say that it is not in well form. Parentheses are not in well form. Getting this point. So we have to design the Turing machine to check whether all the brackets or all the parentheses they are in a well form or not. Meaning is that we have to find out if we encounter the opening round bracket, there must be closing round bracket. If in the string, if we encounter the opening curly bracket, there must be closing curly bracket. Or if in the input string there is an opening square bracket, there must be closing square bracket. So let us see what logic we are applying here. So remember the logic. Always focus on the logic and try to remember it, right? So we can solve this problem with the PDA as well as, so while solving our pull down automata, we solve this such type of problem. So in PDA, in pull down automata, what we did there, we go on pushing the whatever maybe the opening brackets are there, and as soon as we encounter the closing bracket, we go on popping from the stack, right? And we check the well-formedness of the parenthesis with the help of the stack in the pull down automata. But here we are using the Turing machine. So let us see how. So the parenthesis should be well formed. In case of expression solving, the logic which will apply is very much similar to the logic for finding equal number of A's and equal number of B's. Same logic in as per our previous example. We will start moving towards the right hand side direction. When we get any closing bracket, we will mark it as a star. So move in the right hand side direction, and if the such type of bracket encountered there, closing bracket, mark it as with the star, and move left in search of opening bracket. Move left in search of opening bracket and mark it as also star, right? So when we encounter the closing round bracket, then mark it as a start and move in the left hand side direction as in search of opening round bracket. And if we found that opening round bracket, then also mark with the star mark. So thus we will repeat this process for the complete input string. We have to repeat the process for the complete input string. So let us see a very interesting example. You will really enjoy while solving this example. Let us see. So a very simple string we have taken here. So the opening bracket, round bracket, closing round bracket, opening round bracket, and closing round bracket. Okay, so this is a well-formed. We know that it is a well-formed string of the parenthesis, but we have to check it with the help of Turing machine, right? So let us apply the logic of the Turing machine. So and the on the both side we mark the capital delta, that is the nothing but the pointing ending of the string on the RHS and the LHS. So move right in search of closing round bracket. Skip this one. So we have to move in the right hand side direction. So first, so this we encountered here. So as we encountered this particular closing round bracket, mark it with the star mark and move in the left direction in search of opening bracket again. So mark it as a star and move in the left hand side direction, means again we are pointing to the this opening round bracket here. Now the opening this round bracket has encountered, mark it as a star and move left in search of opening bracket. Okay, so let us see here. So mark it as a star and move right, skip all the star mark. So we are going to move in the right hand side direction. So after this, so we skip this one and directly the head pointer or the Turing machine head move in the opening bracket. So move in the right hand side direction, further move in the right hand side direction. Now convert this into the star and move in the left hand side direction. Now we encounter the opening bracket. So convert this opening bracket into star. So we'll get here this bracket is also get converted into star and move right till capital delta. We have to move in the right hand side direction till we get the capital delta. So at the end we'll get here capital delta, and means as soon as we reach to the capital delta, means we conclude that yes, all the characters are the input string is successfully read by the Turing machine. Meaning is that the input string which we encountered for checking of the well formness, it is correct, and Turing machine enters into the halt state. Turing machine enters into the halt state. So let us see once again. Okay, so first take the string, a simple string, two opening and two closing bracket. Move right in the search of a closing bracket. So move in the right hand side, we get the first closing bracket. So mark it as a star and move in the left hand side direction. In the left hand side also we encounter the first opening bracket and mark it also star and move in the left hand side direction. Okay, so move right in the skipping the star. So move right hand side direction, we get here the opening bracket. So mark it. So we are not going to do anything with the opening bracket here. But as soon as we move in the further right hand direction, here we are getting here one closing round bracket. So convert it into star and move in the left hand side direction. So we have to go in this direction, left hand side. So immediately after moving to the left, we encounter the opening bracket. So convert it into star. So after converting into star, we have to move in the right hand side till we get the end of the string. So at the right hand side, we found at the end of the string. So definitely the machine enters into the halt state. The Turing machine enters into the halt state. So see here transition table. From this transition, so it is very simple to draw the transition table. So Q0 is the state, Q1 is the state, Q2 is the state, Q0 if the opening bracket is the input, Q0 if the closing bracket is the input, and Q0 if it is the star is one input. Then Q1 is the next state. The output is also the opening bracket, and we have to move in the right hand side direction. If Q0 and the closing bracket is the input, then we have to go to the Q2 state. Output means this particular bracket, closing bracket, to be converted into the star mark and go in the left hand side direction. If Q0 is the state and if the star is the input, then Q0 is the state. The same we have to keep here, that is star mark, and we have to move in the right hand side direction. And Q0 on up encountering this delta means end of the string, the machine enters into the halt state. We have to stay there. Q1 is the state, input is opening bracket, Q1 is the state, again the no change in the output, and we have to move in the right hand side direction. Q1, and if we encounter this closing bracket, Q2 is the state, closing bracket is now converted into star mark, move in the left hand side direction. For Q1 and star and delta, no transitions are there at all. Q2 is the state, opening bracket, Q2 is the next state, convert this bracket into star mark and move in the right hand side direction. Q2, if the closing bracket, no transition, Q2 on the star mark, we have to Q2 state with the star as the output again, and we have to move in the left hand side direction, and the no transition on the capital delta. So we draw the transition diagram for the Turing machine as see here. So all these transitions are now converted into the transition diagram. So Q0 on input this opening bracket, output is for example star, move in the right hand side direction, that is from Q2 to Q0. Q0 on input opening bracket, output is also opening bracket, move in the right hand side direction. Q1 input is opening bracket, output is also opening bracket, move in the right hand side direction. Q1 on input closing bracket, the output is also output, we have to mark it as a star, means this closing bracket is to be converted into the star and move in the left hand side direction. So, and if the Q0, if it is a closing bracket, the closing bracket must be replaced with the, we have to write the star mark and we have to move in the left hand side direction. So all the transitions are marked here or given here in the Turing machine. So this is the Turing machine to check the well-formedness of the string, well-formedness of the parenthesis, sorry, well-formedness of the given parenthesis. Next one, let us see the another example. Construct a Turing machine for reversing a binary string on the input tape. We have to reverse a binary string. Okay, so we have to reverse the number. So let us see the logic, how to reverse the number, and accordingly we will design the Turing machine. Suppose on the input tape some binary string is placed, then we will read each character from left side to right side and copy it at the end of the tape. So just go on reading from left to right. So from left to right means this direction, left to right hand side direction, and just go on putting this character. We have to shift this character in the end of the string. We have to shift character after the capital delta mark. This is the only simple logic, means whatever character you just read here, you have to just transfer this character at the end of the string, means after the capital delta character on the right hand side. So only simple logic. So let us see here. So string is given 101001. Now observe the string carefully. 101001, the capital delta on the both end. So move up to end of the input string. We have to move up to end of the input string. So directly skipping all in between the move, directly the head pointer now pointing to the last capital delta, that is nothing but your end of the string. Now here start moving in the left hand side direction, because when you start the Turing machine, always it points to the first character on the left hand side of that input string. So you have to go to the particular right hand side up to the end of the string. So that is the first step. Now from here onwards, now actually start moving to the left hand side direction. So now this one here you have to mark it as a star and copy it after capital delta. Means what we have to do here, we have to shift all the input characters on to the right hand side of that particular capital delta. So first mark it here as a star and shift it in this particular direction. So just do it. So put it here as a star, and now one is moved to the right hand side of that capital delta. So move left up to star. So now the head is here, it is pointing to 1. We have to move to the head to the star mark here. So now the head is pointing to the star. Now move left, convert 0 to star and place it at the end. So now the next character is definitely the 0. So this is to be converted into star, and this 0 we have to transfer in at this particular location, right? So see here, now 0 is marked as a star here, and 0 is now copied to near to that one side, right? So move left up to, now we have to move to the left hand side up to star mark. So the pointer, head pointer, now it is at here, we have to go on move to the star mark. So let us see. At star, now move to the left, convert 0 to star, place that particular 0 at the end. So again, this particular 0, we have to move here at this particular location, and this 0 is to be converted to the star mark. So let us see here. So this is the one, star, 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 capital delta, we will get here 100. Now this one is first one, the second 0, and this is the third 0. This 0 is now copied here, 0, right? Now, and the pointer is pointing to this particular 0, which is just copied here. So move left up to star mark. We have to move in the left hand side up to the star mark. So star is here. Now the symbol adjacent to star is nothing but 1. So we have to move this 1. We have to first convert this 1 to star and move this 1 at this particular location. So let us see and place it at the end. The same logic means the same logic we are applying here. So this is now marked as a star, and 1 is copied here. So 1001. So we are getting this output string. Remember this point. We are getting the output string on the right hand side of this capital delta. Right. Move left up to star mark. So yes, now the pointer is now pointing to here star. Now 0. 0 is here, so move left. So step is like this: move on the left hand side, convert 0 to star mark, and place that 0 at the end. So this 0 to be bring here, right? So mark it as a star. So this 0 is marked as a star and is copied at here. So your output string is 10010. We are slowly developing the output string here. Move left, skipping the star mark. So we have to move to the left hand side by skipping all the star marks. So we are at here. So copy 1 at the end of the tape by converting 1 into star. So this one, the remaining one, we have to convert into the star, and that one is to be copied at the end of the string. So we will get here. So all the input string, this is nothing but your input string. Now all the inputs are characters are converted into star mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is nothing but our output string 100 101. So initial string, it was given like this: 101 101 001. The reverse of the string, this is nothing but the required output is nothing but the exactly 100 101. 101 is nothing but the exact output which we have received from the Turing machine. Getting this point? So logic, if the logic is correct, we'll get the exact output for the Turing machine. So this is nothing but the, and now the machine enters in the halt state, and accordingly we have designed the transition table. So the states are Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, Q7. So Q0 state, input is 0, go to the right hand side direction. Q0 input is 1, output is 1, go to the right hand side direction. Okay, so in this way we have to write down all the transitions from each state. For example, Q1 on 0, if you encounter 0, we have to go to the Q5 state, and 0 it is now replaced by star mark, and we have to go in the right hand side direction, right? Q1, if you are at Q1 state, the input is, symbol is 1, you have to go to the Q2 state. Now 1 is to be marked with a star, and the machine goes in the right hand side direction, or head of the Turing machine move in the right hand side direction. So accordingly, we have to write down all the transitions here in the transition table, and from the transition table it is very simple to draw the Turing machine as here. This is the Turing machine for finding out the reverse, or to calculate the reverse of the binary string. Getting this point? So the string get binary string get reverse with the help of this particular Turing machine. So here, if the 1 is there, mark it as a star and move in the right hand side direction. If 0 encounters, mark it with the star and move in the right hand side direction. So accordingly, all the transitions for the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, Q7, we have to write down, or we have to draw the transition diagram, Turing machine diagram for the same, right? Now let us go to the next example, that is construct the Turing machine for performing logarithmic operation of a given binary number, that is compute log n to the base 2 function. So very important. We have to calculate the log of n. We have to find out the log n to the base 2. This particular operation, or this answer to this particular function, we have to find out with the help of our Turing machine. Means we have to design such a Turing machine that can give us the correct answer for this particular log n to the base 2. Getting this point? So let us see here the logic. For obtaining algorithmic value of the binary number, we will enforce a condition as that binary number has to be in power of 2 form. Binary number must be in the power of 2 form. That means 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0 are valid inputs for the Turing machine. Means there must be restriction on giving inputs to the Turing machine. So they must be in a power of 2 form. They must be in the power of 2 form, right? So we can say this: 1 is the valid input, 1, 0 is the valid input, 1, 0, 0 is a valid input, and 1, 0, 0 is also valid input for the Turing machine, right? So logic is that log of 1 is equal to 0. So you can easily find out that log of 1 answer is 0. So log of 1, 0. So log of 1, 0 is nothing but log of 2, and that is output is equal to 1. So if we go for log of 1, 0, 0, that is nothing but log of 4, that is nothing but equal to 2. So log of, this is binary, yeah, this is binary. Remember this point: 1, 0, 0 in binary means in decimal it is nothing but 4. It is in binary in 1, 0, it is nothing but 2. In 1, it is nothing but your 0 in decimal, right? So Log of 2 is nothing but 1. Log of 4 is nothing but 2. Remember this point. So log of 1, 0, 0. So log of 1, 0, 0 means it is nothing but 8. Log of 8, and that logarithm value is nothing but 3. Getting this point. So 1, these are nothing but your all binary numbers, 1, 0, 1, 0. So log of 1. So that's why. So read the question carefully. Turing machine for performing logarithmic operation of a given binary number to compute log of 2n. So that's why it is mentioned that for obtaining logarithmic value of the binary number, we will enforce a condition as binary number must be in the power of 2 form. So must be in the power of 2 form means that they must be like 1, 1, 0, 1, 0 means it is log of 2. If it is 1, 0, 0, log of 1, 0, 0 means it is a log of 4. If it is a 1, 0, 0, 0, so I can write log of 1, 0, 0, 0 means it is nothing but log of 8. And so answer I can write here. Getting this point. So this is the way. So observe the above examples carefully, and you will find that the number of zeros following 1 is the answer for the logarithmic value. So number of zeros following 1 is nothing but the answer for logarithmic value. Number of 0 following 1. So number of 0 following 1 is 2. So answer is 2. Number of 0 following 1 is 1. That's why answer is 1 here. Suppose if it is a 3, so the value definitely the answer is 3. Getting my point or not? So this exactly is the logic that we have to apply here for finding out the logarithm to compute the log function with the help of Turing machine. Let us go through it once again. For obtaining logarithmic value of a binary number, we will enforce a condition as binary number to be in the power of 2 form. Means the valid input for the Turing machines are 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 5 times 0 are only the valid inputs to the Turing machine. So log of 1, that is nothing but it is the binary. So this is nothing but in binary format, and this is nothing but your decimal format, right? So log of 1 is nothing but 0. Log of 1, 0, binary means it is log of 2, and the answer is 1. So how the answer is 1? Because the 0 following 1 is only 1. So that's why answer is 1. Log of 1, 0, 0 means log of 4. So log of 4 is answer is 2. So 2, how the answer comes here? Logic we apply here. The 2 zeros are following ones. That's why answer is 2. Right? So same logic. With the same logic, we are constructing the Turing machine. So see here how to construct the Turing machines carefully. For example, log of 1, 0, 0, that is number of zeros equal to 2. So answer is 2. So let us take input string as 1, 0, 0, 0. So 1, 0, 0, 0, that is 3 zeros are there. Definitely answer must be 3. So it is nothing but 8 number. Binary it is 1, 0, 0. Decimal it is equal to 8. Answer must be equal to 3. So if we input this log of 8, so we must get answer equal to 3. We must get answer equal to 3. So let us see. Consider 1, 0, 0 as a string. Move in the right hand side direction. So again convert this 0 to A. So we have to convert this 0 to A and move in the right hand side direction. So again 0 encountered, convert into A, convert this 0 to capital A and move in the right hand side direction. Again we encountered a 0 and the next step. So convert this 0 to capital A and move again into the right hand side direction. So now all three A's are converted into capital A. We are now, the head is now at the end of the string. So move to the left hand side direction. So move left, ignoring all A's up to 1. So the head pointing to capital 1. Convert this 1 to capital delta. Convert this 1 to capital delta. So we'll get here capital delta. So there is no question about how many capital deltas on the right hand side and the left hand side. And we'll get here 3A. So what is the significance of 3A here? So we have to see carefully. The significance of 3A is answer is in unary format. Answer is in unary format. 3A means it is answer is equal to 3. Answer is equal to 3. Unary 3 means your answer is equal to 3 to the log 8. So this is the way how we calculated the log value for the given number, binary number. So binary number is 1, 0, 0. We convert into decimal, that is nothing but 8. Log 8 value is nothing but 3. And how we obtain this 3 value? So we just convert this 0 into capital A. We go on moving till the it reaches to the end of the string. And as soon as it reaches to the end of the string, we move to the extreme left hand side end. And if it is 1 is there, we have to convert that 1 into capital delta. And so in between whatever maybe A's are there, capital A's are there, just count it because they are in a unary format. So 1, 2, 3. So definitely the answer is 3. So number of A is equal to 3. So answer for this question is 3. This is the way how to construct the logarithmic Turing machine to calculate the log. So Turing machine is designed a simple way: Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, right? So Q0 on input 1, output is 1, go to the right hand side. On Q1, input is 0, convert it into capital A, move to the right hand side direction, right? On Q2, input is 1, convert it into capital delta, means this is nothing but the leftmost one, and move in the left hand side direction, and remaining transitions are marked here. Getting this point? So this is the way how to solve the examples with the help of Turing machines. So in this particular session, we discuss about the two-way tape Turing machine and the examples on two-way tape Turing machines, right? So course outcome attainment of the session: construct and analyze specifically two-way tape Turing machine. The standard reference book always refer. So let us stop here for the today's session.